Street Bar here for B-Sides at Outside Lands 2022 with one of the amazing performers, The Blossom.
What's up?
How are you?
I'm great. I just finished 2 sets and I haven't eaten. So I'm really excited to eat after this because I'm hungry.
And here I am holding you up with all the amazing cuisine.
I have time for you. I have time for you.
You know, San Francisco, by the way, amazing cuisine.
Yes,
FYI.
really good food here. Really good food.
You've been?
I have been. I've spent some time here. My best friend is from here. So she actually grew up going to this festival. So I brought her with me and she's so excited to be here. And yeah, she's honestly the best part of my day is getting to spend the day with her.
Well, after all this, I better be number 2 as the best part of your day. For heaven's sake.
All right, done.
I know San Francisco.
Okay,
I could show you a good time. You know, by the way, you played at Golden Gate Park. You said 2 sets here. Does it dawn upon you at all about the legendary acts that have played here, the festivals and so forth?
I mean, I just love doing festivals because you get to see other artists and see, you know, other people and connect with them and make new friends and see some old friends. So I just love the vibe that everyone's here and hanging out and it's really fun. It's festivals for me are stressful, but they're also low pressure. Yeah. You know, because you're just whatever.
Yeah. But there is something, I feel like there is a mystique to Golden Gate Park, San Francisco.
Yeah, it's a legendary spot and just being able to play outside with greenery around you is so nice.
It is. It's beautiful. It is, like I said, it's mystical, it's magical.
Exactly.
You know, the Grateful Dead have played here. Jimi Hendrix played here.
Jimi Hendrix is my guy, so yes, very sick.
Tell me about some of the early influences. You just said Jimi Hendrix, so I'm very curious. When did you learn about Jimi?
Yeah, so growing up, my dad used to play me a lot of Jimi Hendrix, a lot of Prince, but I really grew up listening to Nirvana, Smashing Pumpkins, the Pixies, The Cure. I loved a lot of shoegaze stuff, a lot of Joy Division. I listened to a whole bunch of stuff, but yeah, a lot of 90s, a lot of 90s stuff, a lot of 90s bands.
Finish this sentence. Kurt Cobain was/is.
Kurt Cobain was not for this world.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that's how I think about Kurt because it's such a shame that he left us obviously so young. And so I think, all right, he was not for this world. He wasn't meant to be here. He just, you know, obviously contributes something super beautiful and super influential, and then he was meant for the sky. He was meant to transcend us and go somewhere else.
It's notable about all the bands you name-checked and your sound, because you're definitely bringing a lot of ethos, the vibe, the attitude, the personality of 90s artists like that, but melding it into current artists. And you collaborated with Brockhampton and those guys. What was that experience like, and what were the musical connections that you made with them?
So making 97 Blossom with the BH guys, we made that during COVID, so we were just friends working together and making music. It happened really naturally, and they have the same approach. We share a similar approach where it's they are influenced by a ton of things, and then they kind of grab and collage everything together to form their own sound and have their own sonic language. So with me, it's I have my influences, and then I recontextualize them in my own way and form my own language. But I kind of grab everything rap, grunge, punk, country music, rock music, R&B, everything, and I just keep on exploring that. How can I continue to put my influences into my own space and make it feel like it's my own?
If you were to try to describe my own, what is my own?
I mean, the Blossom, the project is sounds very maximalist. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of production. It's pretty high energy. And I'm definitely not a minimalist. I'm definitely a maximalist in production. And I love to, I write songs where it's just guitar and vocals, that's it. And it's a demo, and then I build it out and just add layers and layers. So I would say it's high energy and very maximalist.
It's very representative of what I've heard.
Yes.
Right? Dizzy.
Yes.
Hardcore happy.
Yes.
By the way, I saw you open for Wolf Alice.
Oh yeah, I love Wolf Alice.
2021.
Yes, that was in November or something.
It was Halloween weekend.
Oh, sick! Did you come to that show?
I did come to the show.
Yeah,
yes.
Let's go.
And I was hardcore happy.
Yeah, that's
right. I'm down. So that period of time was a period of work that you created at some point, but then you released this new EP, Pure Energy.
Yes.
Funny how you were talking about energy and maximalist, right?
Yeah.
So what changed, or was the material on this new EP continuation of that?
I think The newest EP, Pure Energy, is a continuation of 97 Blossom, but it's a little bit more actualized, whereas 97 Blossom was like very free because I was just with the BH guys and we were just like having fun, passing around the mic and just like, you know, working till 3 a.m. in the studio and just hanging out. And then this is kind of like, okay, this is my language. This is more of like a studio project where I'm like, it was more, it was less collaged, you know, and it feels a little more constrained, like a little more wrangled in a cool way though. It's like, I think the pop writing is a little more focused, but I do love the freedom and the kind of like the serendipity of 97 Blossom, and that's something that now I'm revisiting again for my next project. I'm like, oh, I want a little bit more of that serendipity back and that like looseness back. So that's what I'm working on right now.
Was it on purpose that you went more constrained? I feel like a lot of artists want the freedom to be able to write a 5-minute song, 8-minute song.
Yeah, I actually like loved working with the constraint of like, all right, let's make this a little more pop. Let's like bring this more into focus as a pop EP. And yeah, so I actually enjoy that. I like to kind of create boundaries and restraints and goals for myself.
Must have been really challenging then.
A little bit. I think the challenging part of it was deciding what songs I wanted to go on because I just like had so much stuff that I loved, and so picking and choosing was hard. But the process in the studio is a labor of love. But it's not like, oh, this is hard, I hate this, you know?
Yeah. What did you learn on your stint in touring with Wolf Alice? They are such an amazing live band, and lyrically they write such amazing songs as well.
I learned that. I mean, seeing them perform every night, I just love their live band. Like, they are so good live. And I learned about, like, I had to set a goal for myself with the next tour that I would go on after that. I would set a goal from seeing them being like, I want to synthesize, like, the recording to live. And they do that so well. Like, it's different, but it makes you feel so rewarded because it's like, this is like the recording, but it's even more expanded. And so I was like, all right, the next tour I want to do, I'm not just going to play the songs. I'm going to really like kind of flourish, you know, like let the songs flourish and put them into a live setting and build them out. And that's what Wolf Alice do. They're just honestly one of the best bands I've ever seen live. Yeah.
Top 3 for me.
They're so good. And I watched them every night and I was like.
I know. I was so envious. I was like, look at the Blossom. The new EP dropped in April. I imagine there's something brewing in the works.
For sure. I'm going to put out another project by the end of the year, and then just like, run to next year and another project and another project.
Yeah.
I'm like always constantly
When you say
recording.
project, is it going to be an album or another EP?
Yeah, I mean, I'm like really enjoying like having like viewing albums and mixtapes and EPs all as one the same. So I'm not too focused of like, is this an album? Is this going to be an EP? It's whatever I kind of like bring into focus. It might be an EP, it might be an album. It's for me, it's just like they're all one of the same. I think like consumerism and music, the way that we consume music has like really changed. And so I feel like, yes, we're still album focused, but the way we consume music is totally different now. So I think that like I like to I've started thinking about projects as bodies of work instead of like EP or album, you know?
I'm looking forward to that, regardless. I love your music.
Thank you.
Like I said, I was very impressed when I saw you open.
Thank you.
And I saw you were on this lineup. I was like, gotta talk to the Blossom.
That's what's up.
So
That's
congratulations on all the attention, and thanks so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
It is
Thank
the
you,
Blossom
B-Sides.
at Outside Lands with B-Sides.